Hi there, trader. What's going on with the euro dollar and pound dollar making huge upsides? Something we did discuss in the last video. We're going to dive into these pairs again. Welcome to Elite Currency. My name is Chris. Let's kick off with the pound dollar. This is the daily chart. And while the uptrend here really very strong, as you can see, since the breakout on the 12th of January, price has moved almost 800 pips, as you can see. So a very good move to the upside, and most recently 300 pips after breaking the round resistance level of 140. Price just accelerated even more so from 140 to 143, which is obviously 300 pips. So an acceleration actually at this moment, not a slowdown. All of that started back at the end of last year with this break. Then we had another break. And then we had another break, and those breaks are occurring quicker, right? The first break, lasted 10 days. Then we had, or the consolidation, I should say, lasted almost a month. And these consolidations are lasting shorter, as you can see. And now, obviously, price is in a strong bullish momentum. And you can see at the MACD that there is really some good push here. So let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. You can see that this is riding along the 21 EMA. More importantly, though, on the hourly chart, this is something we discussed, if I remember correctly, in the video on Tuesday, that we're looking for a wave 4 that should basically respect these fibs, the 38.50 or 61.8 fib. I hope, if I remember correctly, we talked about that in the video. If not, then it must have been a different video. Sorry for that. But if I remember correctly, a bounce here, and this bounce indeed, wow, right? Look at that. Engulfing twins. Bullish candlestick pattern at the 50 fib, and that led to all of this upside. Now, I didn't expect that it would move that much, but definitely we were contemplating that this could be a wave 5. Now, it doesn't look like a wave 5, it looks like a wave 3 because of the momentum is so strong at this moment. So I think that what could happen is that this bouncing spot, we can use that as a low, move the fib to this high or whatever high will be the high, and I'm expecting price to make now a bull flag, a triangle, one that will not last too long, maybe 1-2 days. And once that triangle breaks or bounces at these fibs, any of these 3 fibs I think could be the bouncing spot, 23.6, 38.2, or 50 fib. I think the higher one's a little bit more likely because it is otherwise such a deep movement. I'm not expecting that. But yes, price basically to go like this and then move up. That's what I'm expecting. A correction, whether it's a bull flag or whether it is perhaps a triangle, or that remains to be seen, but both indicate a continuation. This is such a strong momentum that it is most likely a wave 3. I'm expecting wave 4 to go to one of these 2 fibs and then to continue for wave 5. That's basically what I'm looking for. Same like what we had here. Wave 3, we were expecting wave 4, and look at that. What an upside. Now I'm shifting that analysis forward. I still think that this is a wave 3 because this is such a strong momentum. That's basically my main thought for the moment. What target could it go to? Well, it's difficult to say because at this moment, this push is still developing. But if this were to be the retracement spot, then minus 272 target is often a good level to think about. 144.40, maybe 145 even. Obviously, a round level of 145 is possible too. Then in that case, the euro dollar, similar in the fact that it broke above this resistance trend line. Here too, I do think we discussed this scenario that either it will be a breakout, or if it does to the upside, or if it breaks to the downside, that I would expect price to bounce at support for an uptrend continuation. So it did continue with the uptrend, but it didn't make a retracement. It just broke immediately. It broke above this resistance trend line, and up it went. So this could have been a breakout candle, but it did have a wick on top. So probably the next candle is better because that candle was fully above the resistance trend line. It was fully above these resistance fractals. The fractals are showing green. diamonds, that means the trend is strong and the trend is probably ready to continue. And if you're interested in knowing more about these fractals, I encourage you to take a look at our YouTube channel and search for fractals to find more info, and find that video to find more info about that. So yes, wave 1, 2, 3, we're talking about the fact that this is bullish momentum in the last video, that this is correction, that this is a wave 3, 4, and that typically we'll see a follow through to the upside for wave 5. And indeed, that happened. So classical pattern, it's not rocket science, it's just a question of understanding price patterns and understanding how they unfold. This is not guaranteed either. Obviously, nothing is in trading, be aware of that. But knowing these patterns, I think, in my view, does give a heads up, kind of an edge to what could happen in next. And you can see how that indeed helped with understanding the upside. So euro dollar pushing up higher as well. Now, not as much as the pound dollar, but still a good 200 pips as well. And for the moment, price reaching the first target at 125, now getting very close to the next target at 125. I think, though, that just like the pound on this hourly chart, basically price could be in a wave 3, that we could get a wave 4, and up we go for a wave 5. So I'm not sure if this is going to be the high, but putting a fib from here to here, or even from here to here, if this is like a wave 1, 2, 3, could make sense to look for retracement. That retracement, same thing, flags and patterns to these 3 fibs, although I think the higher fibs, the 23 and the 38.2 fib, are a little bit more likely for bounce spots. And then price could go up to the target at 125, which is the minus 272 target, if price makes the retracement here. I don't know, it could still push a little bit higher. Obviously, if that happens, I will move the fib to the top. For the moment, this is the top. I'll have it, leave it here. And if it does retrace, I'm looking for a retracement and bounce at these fibs. Now, if that doesn't happen, I would be a little bit surprised, but you know, markets are markets, you never know. So if there is suddenly a strong momentum falling like this and breaking through the 50 fib, then I'm not interested in longs anymore. That's changing the dynamic and the structure of the market. I would be surprised, but you never know. So I'm just explaining that if something like that happens, I'm not interested in you know, that kind of changes the dynamic, and we'll be reanalyzing the euro dollar and pound dollar then again over the weekend, and I'll give you my ideas about what's going on. All right, more free analysis on elitecurrency.com, of course, where you can check out our ideas and thoughts about trading, as well as analysis, etc., cryptocurrencies too, forex, you name it. And also, of course, you can check out the main page for more free material. Try out our ECS.start package to get a start in trading. All right, wish you all good trading. Talk to you soon.